So your first reaction might be, what is the change of scenery? Why aren't you standing? I hate this. But in actuality, I actually broke my boom arm during a stream, and now I have to use it in front of me on a stand, so I can't stand up. I don't have a tall enough something to hold it right below my mouth. So for the time being, until I get a new boom arm, which should be pretty soon, I will be sitting. So let me know what you guys like. Do you prefer me standing and stuff like that, or do you prefer me sitting? I kind of like sitting because I'm lazy, but standing, I go with the motions and I kind of just go off of what I'm saying. It's very more animated. Anyways, guys, welcome back to the channel. Last time we talked, a bombshell dropped. Ahsoka Tano is in The Mandalorian. Quickly, I think Rosario Dawson did a fantastic job, and I saw a lot of sentiment out there about how people think Ahsoka's Rosario Dawson's, portrayal is not great. Now I kind of look at it as like a Batman thing, where there's multiple Batmans, and do you prefer ones over the others? Personally, to me, Christian Bale is the best Batman in the world, but I also really like Michael Keaton. Rosario Dawson is the first person to do Ahsoka differently, so I think she's going to take initial feedback on that, but eventually people are going to grow with her and they're really going to like her portrayal of Ahsoka. And me personally, if anyone was going to be playing Ahsoka, it should be her. Anyways, today this video is actually going to be about something Dave Filoni said in an interview recently, and it's also going to be kind of my theories and predictions of the Rebels timeline and the Mandalorian. So at this point, I'm going to assume everyone watching this has seen the recent episode of The Mandalorian. In The Mandalorian, near the end, Ahsoka name drops Grand Admiral Thrawn, which I don't know at this point why you haven't, but if you have not seen Star Wars Rebels, he's a big antagonist in the show. And he's the last person we see with Ezra when Ezra jumps into hyperspace with them. So that where the theories start, because people are wondering where the timeline is, where Ahsoka is trying to find Ezra, obviously. But when I first watched it, I thought that it was after Rebels, and it's been years and all this stuff, and they still have not found Ezra. Which to me personally, I feel like that would be a pretty cool timeline, that they still have not found Ezra and he's off doing something, I don't know, and lost with Grand Admiral Thrawn. Or somehow Grand Admiral Thrawn got away and then, left Ezra, and Ezra is somewhere in the galaxy. Then recently in a Vanity Fair interview with Dave Filoni, which, if you don't know who Dave Filoni is, he is the creator of the Clone Wars, Rebels, and he's a creative director on The Mandalorian. You know that character Ahsoka, Bo-Katan? Yeah, he created those characters, and he has a huge influence on the show, and he's starting to bring in all Rebels and Clone Wars things into The Mandalorian. So Dave Filoni in this interview was asked kind of the timeline. Does it take place after or before, or in between, something of the sort? And I'm going to tell you exactly what Dave Filoni said in this Vanity Fair interview. Dave Filoni starts by saying, that's not necessarily chronological. I think the thing people will most not understand is that they want to go in a linear fashion. Like I said, my initial reaction was a linear fashion. I really kind of thought the direction we go, but as he goes on to say, but as I learned as a kid, nothing in Star Wars really works in a linear fashion. You do Episode 4, Episode 5, and 6, and then 1 and 2 and 3. So in the vein of that history, when you look at the epilogue of Rebels, you don't really know how much time has passed. So I had a theory right after I started thinking on it and sleeping on that episode. I had a theory that The Mandalorian was all after Rebels, but the epilogue, the short clip of the epilogue, I feel like is during the time taken place inside The Mandalorian, which I mean is after this recent episode, that epilogue of Rebels is. So it's possible that the story I'm telling in The Mandalorian actually takes place prior to that. Possible? I'm saying possible. Well, we all know Dave Filoni can't really necessarily say yes or no on something, obviously. It's Star Wars, he can't really confirm or deny everything. But I think this is the best possible way he could confirm something with us. So this tells me we might even see in The Mandalorian, Sabine Wren leaving with Ahsoka from Lothal. We can go on the side quest where Sabine and Ahsoka are trying to find Ezra. Or maybe Mando finds him first. But I'm telling you guys, the way they're setting up the show is Ezra Bridger will be the Jedi of this show. And I see a lot of people out there that they're setting up for Luke and stuff like that. I don't believe that. I think we've already delved into Luke's story, and I think his character is really finished and complete, in my opinion. I think that character needs to lay to rest, and his complete story is finished, in my opinion. And I think they shouldn't be milking Luke's character that much anymore. And now you can make a claim about that with a lot of characters they used in Star Wars, but for Ahsoka, I don't feel like her story's finished yet. I also feel like there's little things that we need to learn there. And of course, for Ezra, I think his character, many things could happen. I honestly really think that that's a good character to build off of and to work for into a complete, even more story. In Rebels, he's one of my favorite characters. And by the way, Kanan Jarrus of Rebels is my favorite Star Wars character of all time. And I really, really think Ezra is a good representation of a Jedi. And I predict and theorize that Ezra will teach Grogu. Again, these are my theories and thoughts. I'm not an expert by any stretch, but with the information I have, I think Ezra Bridger will be the future of this show. Now, I want to say this too. I hope when Din Djarin finds Ezra, he actually gives up Grogu, because we're heading in that direction, guys. Either Grogu dies or he is given to a Jedi to train. And that's where a lot of the theories derive from with Luke Skywalker, to where Luke's going to train him and then bring him to his temple, and then eventually probably Kylo Ren kills him and the Knights of Ren. But I don't think that's really a thing. I think Ezra will take him for his own. Maybe Ezra later down the line runs into Luke. We might see that in a spin-off or something else, etc. But I hope they don't derail from Din Djarin's story, because at the end of the day, it is Din Djarin's story. And I hope he goes back with Bo-Katan and reclaims Mandalore with the Darksaber and a bunch of that cool stuff. I don't know, that's just a theory, and I want to hear what you guys thought about it. Let me know down in the comments if you think I'm right, if you think I'm wrong. Whatever, I just want to have an open discussion with you guys about the future of The Mandalorian. Kind of a shorter video today, but I think I'm getting my point across. So that's all the time we have for today, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. My Instagram, I post Star Wars every day. So if you're interested in something like that, link in the description below. Also, I Twitch stream every day. I'm actually almost done with Resident Evil Biohazard. I'm a total wimp, so if you want to see someone get scared and jump scared and run out of the room, look behind them constantly, follow me on Twitch, Parzival68, also in the description of this video. Thank you all so much. I honestly am very curious what you guys think about this, and just let me know in the comments. Thank you all so much, and may the Force be with you, always.